Our demand is relatively simple. Guaranteed health care without any barriers to care. Guaranteed health care without any barriers to care. Why are there barriers to care?
Yes.
Might be the different question. Because that's how they save money. That's all it is. There is a group of people in this country who have that guarantee of health care without barriers to care. The top 1% has 25 times the wealth of the rest of the 99% in the U.S. The top 1% has 25 times the wealth of the 99% in the U.S. They spend a fraction of their income on healthcare. Literally like less than 1% of their income on healthcare. Really what we found, I think, in this debate, we have a decades-long debate really about how to maintain this profit-driven industry model. We can shift those administrative workers to either, other administrative jobs in the new system because we still have to pay providers, or those who can be retrained clinically, we can do that, or we can train them into other comparable fields. And that can be paid for under a Medicare for All system because we save so much on administrative costs primarily. Elite opinion drives public policy. And then all of a sudden you think, oh yeah, well, if those who are driving public policy don't really have any skin in the game because it doesn't cost them very much, no wonder the industry model works for them. Profits are great for them because they're invested in United Health. You can't survive without the mandates to buy your product. So they're a failed business model, but they're a powerful PR machine. They're a powerful PR machine. Here's why our demand for guaranteed health care generates unity, because it's worker-based. It's 99% based. Because we're the ones who actually have a stake in this problem. This is where public policy most intimately affects our lives. And so we have to recognize the power of that. Guaranteed health care without barriers to care. Look, the existing financing approach for healthcare is just a means for these healthcare corporations to game the system. That's really what the financing system is. And so in Iowa, that obviously took the form of the privatization of Medicaid. United Health again, right? That's just a game for them to find a more profitable way to deliver less care. Because in a system where you haven't solved the financing problem, you're going to look to how you deliver care to save money. Because you haven't gotten rid of the waste, the inefficiencies, and the profit. Taxpayers, that subsidy I mentioned to the health insurance company, $342 billion a year to employers to provide health insurance to their workers. Oh, it's too expensive, we can't afford it. My question is, how can we not afford it? How can we not afford it? What is the alternative to improve Medicare for all with the cost crisis? Healthcare corporations charge whatever they want because they can. So someone is going to have to set a limit. And we are the parents in this situation. That's us. So our path to victory is the popular uprise that we the people, through a publicly administered and publicly financed and publicly accountable system of healthcare, we can guarantee it for all, not just for some, and we can take it back. We collectively, through our government, is the only way we're going to take control over our healthcare, limit these prices and control costs, and guarantee healthcare for all without barriers to care. I don't believe, as important as protect our care is, it can motivate and participate in this rising tide of justice and of these demands for justice. It doesn't motivate that way. But Medicare for all can. Medicare for all can. And we need a real floor fight in 2019 over this question. If I had $1 for every Democrat who supports single payer and doesn't lift a finger for it, I would be part of the 1% and wouldn't need Medicare for all. But that's the reality, is a matter of political will. We have policy on our side. We have the politics, it's popular, but what we lack is the movement. What we lack is the popular big demand. We need to build that movement. We need to write the story about healthcare. Not the industry. not the PR flags for the insurers. We need to write the story about healthcare. And we need to win the fight in our communities. And that's why an organization like CCI is so important, because it's taking it right, the authentic leadership that galvanizes the fight in communities, makes the aspirational demand, and then participates in this rising tide of justice. So yeah, we got to go door to door in key states, federal districts. We've got to educate and build worker support. We've got to hold election officials accountable. The action the CCI is doing in United Health, we got to take it to the insurers. We've got to take it to the insurers. At the heart of providing health care, we see the act of solidarity embodied in kindness and caregiving. Now think of those values compared to today. Kindness, caregiving, solidarity. Isn't that what we want our healthcare system and our society to be about? If we reject the corruption of the present moment, we can share our vision of an equitable society that's rooted in guaranteed healthcare for all without any barrier to care. Then we can change the ethos and the political economic structure that causes disease, that causes ill health, the social determinants of health in this re-envisioned healthcare system that prioritizes public health, that enables prevention, that says we're in this together because we are of a kind and we want to express kindness and solidarity. That's what improved Medicare for All is. It's about justice and equality for all. That's our moment. This is our time. All in. Thank you.